Hey guys, Joe from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, January 18th, 2013. Today we're going to discuss some more eBay and PayPal cases. And of course, we're going to start out by reviewing last week's video and your comments. Before we do that, just a quick update that if you haven't been following it, the Barrett-Jackson auction is on tonight. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. For you classic car guys out there, I love classic cars. I love watching this auction every year when it comes on. And you know what I'll be doing tonight? Watching Barrett-Jackson. But let's get started talking about last week's video and your comments. What I want to address today is a comment that I received from several people, both through PMs and through comments on the video. And the comment was, a few people complained that PayPal froze their account. So that's basically what I want to talk about today. When this happens, why it happens, and a few other things. And I should start out by saying the people who wrote in did not substantiate anything. And that's very important. And I'll tell you why. I have to be careful because I don't like to go public with any particular cases unless I know the case actually is valid. There's at least one person out there with a vendetta against eBay and PayPal. No pun intended. So that's why when you guys present a case to me, I like to make sure it's a valid case. I have first-hand information on this because, and this is really weird timing, I got scammed by a bad seller. Can you believe that the sun is peeking out now for the first time in 2 weeks? I swear to God, we have not had the sun in 2 weeks. We've had cloudy, rainy, snowy days the whole time. Now I want to make this freaking video and the sun's popping out right in my eyes. What's funny, guys, is I've been on eBay since 1999. And out of all those years, out of 13 years, I've had maybe 3 or 4 times when I met a seller where I bid on their item and they did not send me the item and kept the money, which is fraud of the worst kind. What's freaking me out is January this year, it's not even over yet, I've already had 2 cases of outright fraud, and I've had 2 other problems I'm going to discuss with you. Now, I consider myself a friend of the seller, and I am. But I am not a friend of the scammer. I am going to knock them off eBay. I said it a few weeks ago, and it's starting. I'm going to discuss some cases that happened to me. 3 of the 4 cases were in eBay Motors, and the last case was in die-cast vehicles. Okay, so no category is immune, but it's just weird. The first case was a lady listed an item in auction format in eBay Motors. I saw exactly what it was, and I knew I could make money, whether I sell it locally or whatever, and flip it over. So I bid on the item. I sniped it near when it was, ending, and I won the item, and I paid right away with PayPal. Okay? 2 or 3 days go by, and there's no tracking number, no contact, no nothing. The next day, the seller emails me and says, I cannot sell you this item because my husband sold the item at a garage sale. So I was bummed out because I knew I could flip the item and make some coin. But I realized things do happen. I'm a seller and I'm agreeable. So I said to her, okay, just give me my money back. She doesn't. A couple of days go by. I said, where's my money? No contact, no nothing. I had to open up a case. Item not received case. When you open up a case, you have to wait 8 days. So I waited the 8 days. Do you know this seller never even answered eBay's case? So after 8 days, they give you an option what you want to do. The only option I could do was kick it up to escalations. So then they took another day or so. I mean, I don't see why they had to wait a day just to give me my money back when you could see that my money was never given back and no tracking info was ever uploaded. But they did give me the money back, no problem. Now my question to you guys, we'll call this person seller number 1. Should I leave seller number 1 negative feedback? I don't mind that they didn't sell me the item, because, you know, mistakes do happen. But it really bums me out that they didn't give me my money back and they didn't answer the eBay case. Those are two serious violations. That's scamming. The reason I feel bad about it, sort of, is the person has 100% feedback with no negatives this year. And a fairly high feedback number. So tell me what you would do about seller number 1. Next, we have seller number 2. I went into this one knowing that I might have a problem. Going into it, the seller's feedback was 95.4%, which on eBay is very low. The person was selling an item for $100 or best offer. I looked at the item and I knew I could flip it and make some money. So I hit them with a lowball offer of $45. I figured they'd come back and ask me for like $60 or $70. But to my surprise, they accepted the $45 offer right away. I paid them immediately with PayPal. 4 days go by, nothing. No contact, no tracking number, nothing. So I contacted them. I said, hey, did you ship the item? How come you didn't upload the tracking number like you're supposed to? No contact from them. Not a peep. So I think 4 more days I had to wait before I opened the case. Alright? Then I had to wait another 8 days because they never responded. Then another day or 2 before eBay gave me my money back. Again, a clear, cut and dry case. You could see the guy never shipped the item. Never gave me my money back. Okay, this is seller number 2. He has a bad history on eBay. Should I neg him? Truthfully, I think I should. I just want to get your opinion. Okay, seller number 3. A person listed a lot of items, meaning a group, alright? And they were asking some serious coin for the items. Way overpriced. So I came back and I hit them with a counter offer like I did with seller number 2. The person, instead of hitting me with a counter offer, wrote me a letter through eBay Contact saying, that is not enough money, I need more money. Give me a reasonable offer. So I chose at that time not to pursue it because something about the tone of his letter didn't sit right with me. The very next day, he sends me a counter offer. I responded with another counter offer of mine, and we went back and forth, you know, hemming and hawing on the price, and we finally settled on a price. The price being $140. Okay, I paid him right away with PayPal. About 2 days later, I'm at work, getting ready to close for the day. It's like 10 minutes to closing. The phone rings. And the guy asked me for me by name, my entire name. And usually when a person asks you by your whole name, it's never good news. I said, yeah, who's this? And he says, he gives me his name, his eBay name, which I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm John Smith. I'm the guy that sold you the lot on eBay. I said, oh yeah, right, what's up? He says, listen, I just came from FedEx. They charge me $90 to ship all those items to you. I want more money for shipping. You know, I don't know which pissed me off more. Him asking me for more money, trying to juice me, or him contacting me off eBay. That's one thing I'm really, really big on. All contact has to be done through eBay Contact. I said to him, listen, pal, number one, we made a deal for $140. I said, I know shipping can be expensive. There's been many times in my life where I've lost money on shipping. Many, many times. And you know what I did? I ate it. I took it like a man. If I make a mistake on shipping and charge too little, I'm the jerk. And I should suffer. I'm not going to go after a buyer and try and juice him for money. I said, number two, I said, you have no right calling me. I said, all this kind of talk has to go through the eBay contact system. I said, now, I said, did you upload the tracking? Of course he didn't. I said, here's what you do. Upload the tracking when you go home. You'll see when I get the item. Once you see I've received the item, if you want to contact me for more money for shipping, you can do it right through eBay contact system. Okay? Now, that was, I guess, about a week ago. He has not left me any feedback whatsoever. And he probably never will. He's mad. We'll call him seller number 3. Tell me what you think I should do about seller number 3. He tried to juice me for more money. I'm certainly not paying any more. I mean, should I leave him? I don't think I should neg him, because the items were, you know, they were mediocre. They weren't terrible. I'm not going to lose money on them. But I don't like that he asked for more money and that he circumvented eBay's contact system. So give me your ideas on seller number 3. Now let's talk about seller number 4. This one's different from the rest because this one's in toys and collectibles. I was on one night in eBay Motors doing a search, and occasionally stuff from toys and collectibles will come up on an eBay Motors search. I never figured that out. But I happened to see some things I liked. These neat London taxi cabs, Matchbox. You know, I said, let me grab them right now while I'm online here in a buying mood. Each auction was for one taxi cab. Alright? Now, it clearly says in the description, I will combine shipping. If you buy several items, do not pay till I send you an invoice. Okay? Fine. So I bought 3 different items. Normally I pay right away, but I said I'll wait. A day goes by, nothing. So I wrote to the seller, listen, I bought those 3 London taxi cabs, and I would like an invoice. You said you would combine shipping. 2 more days go by, nothing. Now I see where this is going. Meanwhile, every time I check out for another item, I'm being prompted to pay for these 3 London taxi cabs. So, finally, after the 4th day, I don't want, I don't want an unpaid item case open against me. I paid. I paid full shipping on 3 little Matchbox cars. What is your opinion on that? Don't you think the seller should have combined shipping? They said they would in the listing. They haven't contacted me in any way. To this date, nothing. You know, to get back about PayPal freezing people's accounts, I understand now. What they're doing is, if a seller sells 5 items this week, let's say each item is $100. So the seller's got $500 in his PayPal account. Let's say the first 4 buyers are happy with their item, but the 5th buyer isn't because either the seller didn't send it, he scammed them like they did to me, or it was broken or whatever, and he opens a case. PayPal will freeze that $100, but only that $100. The seller is still able to withdraw $400. They're not freezing the whole account. They're only freezing the amount of the sale in which the case was open for. Now that I've been a victim, I understand it better. I totally understand it better. I'm not saying that the buyer is always right. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of scammer buyers out there. And they need to be dealt with. But there are times when sellers don't send the item. And I've been a victim twice this month, which is freaky. I'm bummed out about this. I don't know how it happened. But now I understand why people say, well, PayPal froze my account. And I often ask them, well, could you give me some information? Tell me the transaction in question, tell me your user ID, and I'll check into it. And I never get anything back. Once I had I don't want to say scammer, but I will say scammer. Once I had a scammer misrepresent, and he gives me somebody else's auction. But I can tell when I'm chasing my tail, and I don't chase it very often. So guys, what I'd like from you is comments, if you would, on the 4 transactions that we discussed. What do you think I should do? The first 2 have already been decided in my favor. I was obviously scammed. Should I neg those 2 people? I mean, the second one definitely deserves a neg, in my opinion. The first one, I just feel bad about it. They do deserve a neg. I just feel bad about negging a seller. I just... Just the way I am. Then we have the third case where the guy tried to juice me for extra money off eBay contact system. What should I do about that? And we have the fourth one that agreed to combine shipping, never did, and still hasn't contacted me to this day. All right? Also, if any of you have any complaints about having a transaction frozen in your PayPal account, I'll be more than happy to discuss it. If you give me your user ID and the case in question, the item number, I'll be more than happy to discuss it on next week's show. Okay?